Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation regarding traumatic brain injuries. My name is Jerry Connor. I'm an insurance defense attorney in Pennsylvania for a law firm called Margolis Edelstein, and over the past few years we have seen truly an explosion of traumatic brain injury claims being made a part of personal injury litigation. We thought today would be a great opportunity to review traumatic brain injuries, how they're diagnosed, how common they are, some of the causes of them, and how they can be a driving factor in personal injury litigation. It's critical that you'll now be able to spot these early on, take a look at the medical records, and also recognize if your clients are experiencing any number of symptoms. These may all be related back to injuries suffered in an accident that now can be made a part of their personal injury claim and handled accordingly. Similarly, if you do defense work, this will also give you a number of issues to spot and the early review of medical records, and also help you defend these claims as you move forward. Of course, as always, this is a general seminar, so it's always very productive and certainly the best advice to review the laws and procedures of your local jurisdiction. But let's start right off. What is a traumatic brain injury? Well, a TBI, or traumatic brain injury, usually results from a violent blow or jolt to the head. Now, certainly, an object that goes through brain tissue, such as a bullet or piece of glass, or certainly a piece of the skull, can also cause a traumatic brain injury. Now, a mild traumatic brain injury may affect your brain cells temporarily. Oftentimes people feel that they're disoriented. Sometimes the term is, they got their bell rung. That's not uncommon. Now, we can handle that just in our daily lives. We bump our head getting out of a car, underneath a table, underneath the sink as we try to look for something and hit a drawer. Those are certainly very mild, but as they increase in severity, certainly there are an increase of symptoms and short-term and long-term problems that you may deal with. More serious brain injury can result in bruising, torn tissues, bleeding, and other physical damage to the brain. And as I mentioned, these can certainly result in much more long-term complications that you need to be well aware of. How common are these? Well, it seems that they're increasingly common, but partly they've become much more part of the collective consciousness due to the NFL litigation that many of you are familiar with. But every year, more than 2 million people seek treatment for traumatic brain injuries, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Increased emergency room visits are also being seen by more than 50%. And again, they're caused by a bump, a blow, a jolt to the head that can have very long-term and serious sequelae. They're being asserted in less serious accidents, such as slip and falls or even minor fender benders. And again, the public has grown increasingly aware of these due to the National Football League litigation that happened, over the last 10 to 15 years. There have also been well-publicized cases of CTEs, which is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which can really highlight the long-term and even decades-long problems that people have. Another reason we're seeing them in litigation is certainly they can be a very significant value driver. On top of broken bones and other problems, traumatic brain injury claims, especially when recognized early on and properly documented and treated, can give an increase in value of any personal injury claim. Traditionally, the insurance industry has always looked at paralysis, scarring, burn injuries as being huge risk factors, red flags to spot as early as you can in a case. Well, traumatic brain injuries are also now being spotted early on and being handled by different levels of insurance adjuster, again, due to the significant potential exposure these injuries can bring.